Hello. Here I am today with hurricane victim Susan Donahue. Hello, Susan. How are you doing?
Hi, Sean.
So, how bad was the damage caused to your house by the hurricane?
Actually, my house got no damage. We were one of the very fortunate people. Our biggest inconvenience was no power for 10 days.
Oh, so you didn't have any power for 10 days?
No power for 10 days. Well, we lost it for a week. It was Monday to Monday. Then we got power back on. I had to write it down because it was such a devastation, really, to everybody. So we got the power back on Tuesday night, but then on Wednesday we had a snowstorm.
Yeah.
And then we lost power again. So my biggest fear was when we lost power the second time, that now we were at the bottom of the list. Because at the point that we got power back, a lot of people had not gotten power.
Yes.
So now that we lost power for the second time, my feeling was that now it was going to be another week until they restored everybody else. But fortunately, we only lost it for like 24 hours the second time around, and then our power was restored a day after the snowstorm.
Okay.
So it was 10 full days without power.
10 full days. So how was LIPA in helping you restore power?
Well, to me, 10 days is a long time without power. There were a lot of companies that came from other states, which was very helpful. But the buzz was that they were kind of sitting around because LIPA didn't have the equipment that they needed. They didn't have enough poles. They didn't have enough equipment to get them started. And people were saying that because the storm was forecasted, that LIPA really should have had these out-of-towners here prior to the storm, like on standby, ready to go.
Yes.
And they didn't. So that was a big disappointment. And I also had friends that didn't get power until 5 days after me. So they were out for 15, 16 days. Just the other day, I went to the mechanic in West Hempstead, and there was a whole block in West Hempstead that was still out. So to me, it seems a little outdated, this whole LIPA system that we have.
So essentially, how would you say that you feel how LIPA handled this situation? Poorly?
Overall, I think poorly. I mean, again, I was fortunate, if you want to call me fortunate, that I had no power for 10 days. But I think that LIPA should have been better prepared with equipment. The storm was clearly forecasted. I mean, everybody knew it was coming. They kept saying it was like something we've never seen before. I think they should have had extra staff up here, you know, from other companies, ready to go, because obviously they don't have enough employees to handle something. You know, Long Island is huge.
Yes.
So to have, you know, every pole out and have, or every other, whatever, you know, the amount of poles that they had, I understand. Nobody expected them to have a 24-hour turnaround. But I think they could have been more prepared by having the equipment ready, ordered extra equipment with anticipation of the damage, and I think that they could have had these workers from out of state on standby instead of calling them after the fact.
Yes, of course. Thank you very much for talking to me.
You're welcome.